back to the channel. We are Team Lems Off-Road Adventures.
So here at Team Lems Off-Road, we are very patriotic. Today is July 4th, and we want to wish you all a safe and happy 4th.
And since we are celebrating 250 years as a country, today we are celebrating by taking our jet boat out on the Snake River here in Lewiston, Idaho, and headed up Hell's Canyon for some whitewater action and nice sandy beaches.
After spending the day upriver, we're going to come back down to town, find some good slack water this evening, anchor, and watch fireworks show from the water.
So through all this, we will be filming so we can bring you along for the adventure. So get ready as we celebrate this 4th in 250 years as we only know how, Team Lem Off-Road style.
So sit down and hold on.
Made it. We're out on the river. Just left the boat launch. Heading upriver. And up into Hell's Canyon. Got Hell's Gate State Park over here to the left. Beautiful white. A great day.
huckleberry flavoring? Is that
Like chicken nuts and jelly.
where do you get a permit at for like mushrooms and huckleberries at? Hardware store or something?
I don't know. I don't follow the law.
Comes a tour boat. They give lots of tours up here. There's different tour companies. Lewiston, Idaho, and Clarkston, Washington are the jet boat capital of the world as far as manufacturing of the different manufacturers of jet boats.
Well, I can't keep it.
Called Buffalo Eddie. There's some Indian petroglyphs over there on those rocks. There's some down here too. One of the local spots, people to hang out. Over 100 feet deep right here where we're going right now. There's some big sturgeon out here in the river. Beamer's Heller Bar. Beamer's does excursions and they bring people up here for dinner cruises. Have it right there. Of the cabins that you can drive to. You have to go up the Grand Round River right there. This is the mouth. You go up there about a mile. There's a bridge that crosses over and gets you over onto this side. It's called Rogersburg. All those nice private beaches they got there. You like best? Which one of those you like best? I like the orange one or the, I guess the pina colada one, the coconut, pineapple, blue raspberry. That one's pretty good. Always traveling and doing all that. He owned that cabin right there in the trees. He's the guy that was building the loft in his shop and fell on it, got his head into his eyes. goose. Shovel Creek. These cabins are only accessible by boat. Got a yurt. big cabin. Makes you wonder what their house looks like.
Hey gang, alright, we got a nice little spot here. Nice little beach. The head of the rapids here. So there we are, we're all set up. Got our chairs here. I'll try to film some other boats and stuff coming through. I was going to drop my wife off down below that rapid right there. There's it's a pretty good rapid, and there's a dock there because there's a tour boat comes up there for a lunch, but they had two of their big 40 and 50 foot boats parked at the dock, and there was a bunch of people on the beach, with it being the 4th, but the dock sticks out there pretty far, and so I was going to have my wife film from the dock going through the rapid and everything, but we weren't able to because there were so many people. But let me spin you around here. Right here on this draw here is that's Washington on that side of the draw, and right on this side of the draw is Oregon. So, and we're on the Idaho side, and coming all the way up, and that's Washington on that side until you get right here, and then this is going to be Oregon the whole way up from here on out. And of course, until you get down by Boise, and then it winds up being Idaho on both sides. It'll be time for some lunch. So I got myself a nice roast beef sandwich here, made fresh from Rosars. Got some Dot snack mix, kind of spicy, bold and savory, they say. So yeah, I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna enjoy this view and eat some lunch. See you after a bit. Some raptors. They usually come from Riggins, Idaho, down to Salmon, and then the Snake down to Hello Bar for takeout, where they come from Hell's Canyon Dam and come all the way down. They usually don't tie them all up together like that, but this is kind of the last little leg, and all the big rapids are over with, and the wind can blow terribly hard through here, and so they hook them all up together, and then they one of them has a trolling motor, and then that way they can get downriver. Otherwise, the wind gets so bad sometimes that in the past, they weren't able to make it downriver. Getting kind of hot, so it's time to go take a dip in the water. The water's about 66.2 degrees. Yeah, that feels good. Feels really good. So refreshing. That's how we do it in Idaho. So nice out here, so peaceful. Got a boat coming down here. Catch him hitting the top of this rapid for you. Just like that, that's how you do her. Hey guys, if you've never heard of jet boats, what they are is they're a very flat bottom boat with a little bit of a V starting up here on the front on some models. The rest of them are flat all the way up, which actually is a little bit better for running in the whitewater. But anyway, the majority, usually from the start of the window back, it's all flat, and so these things run in 6 to 8 inches of water, and they have a jet pump where they get their name. They're jet propulsion. It has an impeller, and it squirts the water out like a great big fire hose, and that's what propels you down the water, down the river, or up the river through the rapids. And they come in various shapes or lengths, 17 foot. They have little sprint boats that are racing ones that are smaller, like 12, 13 foot. You see Cletus McFarland and those, running on the rivers and stuff. But here we got another one going down. But they go all the way up. The big tour boats, 40, 50. But 20. Mine boat here, ours is a 21-foot Thunderjet, made right here in Lewiston, Idaho. They are now made in Clarkston, Michigan, but they go to 22, 23, 24, all the way up to 30 footers. Guys run 26 foot and on up. A lot of them they're wider, and they put twin engines in them. Most boat manufacturers here now are using LS motors, 6.0 with the singles and 6.2s, and then a lot of the 25, 26 up to 30 foot boats use the supercharged LSA. They're about 600 horsepower a piece, and so 1200 horsepower in a 27, 28, 29, 30 foot boat, running up to some class 4 and class 5 rapids, running anywhere from 20,000 CFM to 40 or 50. That water's really moving. So anyway, I thought I'd just give you a little insight on that. They come with air ride suspension seats, so the seats go up and down as you go through the rapids to smooth out the ride, so you're not bouncing all over the place. But there's a little lesson in case you didn't know anything about them. Hear a boat coming. I don't know if you guys can hear the roar. There he is. Sorry about me getting off the boat every now and then. I'm trying to set the stick down on the armchair so I can be there to come off. I'm trying to keep her as steady as I can for you guys. Boat going down. Got a floaty strap to the top. Alright guys, check it out. See that? That's a navigation stake. They used to be green with red tips on them. And there used to be like one behind that. They were in pairs of twos, but they the lower portion of the river was what they called navigational, and the Corps of Engineers had all the markers set up for through all the rapids and all the really shallow spots, so you could see where to go and how to navigate it. And then they had that for like 60 miles or so, and then there was the beyond navigation part in what they call the wild part of the river. But back in the mid 90s, maybe like 97, the Corps decided not to take care of these things. And so some of the local boat clubs decided, jet boating clubs decided that, you know, they'd come up once a year or once every couple of years and they would paint them, you know, and try to maintain them the best that they could, because these things were, you know, on both sides. You could see those coming up, and you line up with the ones that are downriver, and that's how you get through stuff. They started doing that the first year, maintaining them, and the Corps of Engineers, being, you know, a government entity, you know, of course, said that was a big no-no, and they would be fined if they got caught. And so, and if any of them broke off or fell down, you know, because of the weather or dry rotted or whatnot, they weren't allowed to put anything up and replace them. So, yeah, there's very few that are still out on the river, you know, still standing. But they're a part of history. And you know, if you live here and you want to have a jet boat, or you buy a jet boat for the first time, you got to learn how to run the river. You don't want to put your big expensive boat, you know, that costs hundreds to 200s to 300,000s of dollars. You don't want to put a hole in it, you know, if you don't have to. So yeah, but that happens, you know. There are boat repair places, you know, and so you got to have some really good insurance, you know, and so you can get your boat fixed, so they don't total it and you just totally lose your investment, because the price of these things just keep going up every year. So it's crazy with the price of aluminum. Back in the 90s, it was $1 a foot is how much you paid for a boat. So, you know, a 30 footer would have cost you 30 grand. Well, you know, nowadays they're fancier and everything, and they got different, you know, LS motors and stuff like that in them. But a good 26 footers, you know, 180,000, 200,000 brand new, and a 30 footer, you know, right around 300,000 or more for a brand new one, twin. So, yeah. Anyways, gotta know what you're doing out here. Get a hole in your boat and sink it, and that's not a good thing. Sounds like we got another one coming. I want to show you guys something. So you get out up here on the beach, and you know, there's all kinds of animals around here: deer, bear, turkey, bighorn sheep, and stuff like that. So different birds and things, but you can see their tracks and stuff on the beach. Let me show you. I don't know if you can. Yeah, there we go. These are all turkey track from the turkeys coming down here and everything. So the turkey track are all over the place. That sand up there gets pretty hot too, starting this time of the year. You can only be on it so long that it starts burning the bottoms of your feet, and you gotta get out and walk down here. So it's a lot better. I've been on that sand before and had to run off of it and run down to the water just to cool your feet off. Now here, let me show you. It's a buck track, deer. I'm headed that way, running along the beach here. You can see they came across here somewhere. Yeah, looks like he was on the run. All kinds of stuff out here. So yeah, earlier on in the year when the water's higher, as you can see, the water used to sit in here, but when the water's all the time, early in the spring when the snow melt runoff, it's all the way up to the trees. But as it comes down and it gets caught into these little channels here like this, sometimes, these are bigger and different spots and stuff like that. And as it goes down and gets like that, some of these are bigger and deep enough that they actually got fish trapped in them, some bass and stuff like that. So you can always keep your eye out for something like that and try to hook you a bass. There's some good fishing hole spots up here like that. Obviously way bigger than this though, where the fish kind of get trapped and there's like a little pond in the rocks and stuff. And yeah, and you can catch a lot of bass. Alright, well, we got another boat coming. I was hoping I could get down here by this whitewater a little bit and see better, but I really can't. So America. Shot on upriver. There's our boat. 21-foot Thunderjet. 351. I'll be doing a walk around on that shortly. Show you what I got going on with that thing and what I've done with it since I've had it. I've had it about 7 years now. Yeah, so stay tuned for that. That should be a pretty good video if you're interested in boats and stuff like that. So I've made some changes in it, tried to make it mine. Everything's an upgrade. Try to make it the best possible machine for us out here on the river, and also you can run them on the lakes, whatever. You can tow people, tubing, skiing, all kinds of stuff just like that. So yeah, so I'm gonna go back here to my chair, lay down or sit down, take a break. Miss Lim, unfortunately, is kind of a little bit under the weather and not feeling good, so she's absent, laying down in the boat, trying to get better. So I'll pray for her and that she feels better on the 4th of July. And well, yeah, hope she gets better, and we'll get back to y'all here shortly. See who we got coming here. The beautiful Mrs. Lamb.
filming like that, sweetheart?
Yeah.
Where that little water's pouring out, well, they got a hot tub built up there because that's a hot spring. Look at the amount of money in boats.
What?
The amount of money sitting there in boats.
Yeah. I'm not that materialistic.
These guys paying attention to what's going on around them. just enough. It's actually making us go backwards a little bit in the current even. But oh, is he gonna go back too? Well, hurry up.
Well, they saw us sitting here. But
Yeah.
it is. Took that one like a champ.
There's Ryan, I think.
Who?
Ryan Butter.
See, I didn't think you could get me to stop it. Mother of pearl.
Fucking wind. That wind gets so strong like that. That's why you see rafters who want, they're pro non-motorized, but they have to have a trolling motor because they can't make it down through here. I never noticed that. That's that guy that was flying around it.
Yeah.
Did you hear him
Yeah.
flying? You got a pad right there.
They've got their own helicopter there. That looks like Ryan's boat.
Brian. Brian Rogers? Oh, Ryan. Well, that's similar. That was Ryan that passed us going up in that other red one. Yeah. Ryan's cabin's right there. Or, yeah.
I just knew you had a cabin in here.
Yeah.
So I was thinking his was probably the helicopter one.
Yeah, that cabin only like 6 years old.
And Ryan's was his dad, right?
Rich Rogers.
Yeah.
His Ryan's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Ryan's cabin is his dad.
Oh, his dad, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. The one right next to it, on the left, is the Ferry Bar custom well for the arena.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Bryce's dad.
yeah, I saw, so his granddaughter, Brooke, they have her little custom well. So I saw it there on the way up.
Oh. Whitney was, or Whitney's sister? Sister, okay. This is called Lime Point. That whole ridge there, that's all limestone. See the whiteness in it? Guess he wants that side. Got a deer right there. Come down to get a drink and grab him something to eat.
Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. It's now Sunday morning, 5 July. You know, yesterday you seen on the video we were going out. We were running upriver and everything, and as you'll see when I put this together, we stopped to video a deer down along the bank, eating and getting some water and stuff. And anyways, we're idling along there filming, and when I turned around and went to take off, we went about 30 yards, and all of a sudden we started getting a detonation out of the motor.
Whoopsie daisies.
You know, loud backfiring coming out the carburetor. And so I had to shut her down and go the last few miles back on the trolling motor. Yeah, so stay tuned. I'll be digging into this. Probably, hopefully just a timing issue with something. Hopefully not a stuck valve or anything like that. So anyways, stick around, and I hope you enjoy the video.